Ciao a tutti, bentornati sul mio canale. Welcome back to my channel, everybody. Hope you are doing great today. Today, I have a video that was actually a great suggestion by one of my students here on my channel. Some weeks ago, I uploaded a video that talked about body parts. So basically, you had the opportunity to learn how to say correctly all the different body parts in Italian. As one of you guys suggested, and for privacy I will not say the name, you have told me that body parts are actually very important to know, but it would also be important to match them with illnesses. So basically to learn how to say that something hurts, so a part of your body hurts, or that you're not feeling well. So with this important feedback, I have created a short video to help you with this as well. Hopefully you will never need it and you will never ever be sick, but hey, you never know. So better to have this vocabulary handy just in case you might have to use it in the future, okay? So there is actually a little video in my free mini course that talks about emergencies. If you are interested in that, you can check out that too by looking at the link below, where you will find the link to my website, italianlanguagehub.com, and you can actually sign up in this free course, and you will have basically an understanding of how to survive and what to do in emergency situations in Italy. Also, if you need to review the vocabulary on body parts, you can do so by looking at the suggested video here in the link above, or also by checking out the link in the box below the video. Also for this video, you have the possibility to download a quick flashcard with all your options, so that in case of an emergency, you can immediately say the correct sentence. Hope that this will help you in case of critical situations. Okay, let's start with the most common, let's say, sickness or symptoms that you could probably have or feel. So what are we talking about? A basic cold. Remember that I am no doctor, I'm just a teacher, so I'm just telling you what the translations of these are. Okay, so to say that you have a cold, you will say ho il raffreddore. The typical symptoms of a cold are a sore throat, and to say this, you will say ho il mal di gola, or another option is mi fa male la gola. Male means that something hurts, and gola means throat. You might also have a headache. In this case, you will say ho il mal di testa. Mi fa male la testa. Once again, male means that something hurts, and testa means head. One of the first symptoms that I personally usually have when I have a cold is a runny nose. In Italian, the nose doesn't run, but it drips. So you can say, mi cola il naso. Ho il naso che cola. Cola is from the verb colare, to drip, and naso means nose. On the other hand, your nose might be completely closed, right? In this case, you will say ho il naso chiuso. Chiuso means closed. You might sneeze a lot if you have a cold. And how do you say that in Italian? To sneeze is starnutire. I know, tricky one there. So if you want to say that you're sneezing a lot, you can say starnutisco tanto. It is a complicated verb to say, so try to repeat it with me. Starnutisco. If you have a hard time saying it, just break it down. Starnutisco. The full verb in the infinitive form is starnutire. If you have a cold, you might also have a little bit of a temperature. And in Italian, you will say ho la febbre. Remember that for us, we say the degrees in the Celsius form. So, for example, if you have 38 degrees of fever, we would say 38 gradi. You can also have a cough, right? When you have a cold. And you can say this by saying ho la tosse. Oggi tossisco veramente tanto. Tossire is the verb, and it translates into coughing. So the sentence that we just saw means today I'm coughing a lot. In general, when you have a cold, your body hurts all over the place, right? I don't know about you, but when I have a fever, I usually understand that something is happening because my legs really hurt in a different way. So you could say that in general, you are not feeling well. And how can you say this? You can say it by just simply saying ho un malessere generale. In this case, you're not saying that you have a specific part of your body that hurts. It's just saying that in general, you're not feeling well. In English, you might say something like that you feel under the weather or that you have a couple of symptoms of the cold. Remember, I'm no doctor, but I'm a teacher and translator. So if you have other symptoms and you need for me to translate them for you, write a comment and I will help you out so that you know how to say them in case you are in Italy and you have an unfortunate event happening to you. Other important sentences that you might need to know in terms of sickness or health problems could be if you, and I really hope that this does not happen to you, if you break a bone. In this case, you need to use the verb to break, which is the verb rompere, and then you need to use a body part. For example, ho rotto la gamba. Ho rotto il braccio. Ho rotto un dito. Ho rotto la spalla. Ho rotto una costola. If it's not so serious and you didn't break something but you sprained it, you can use the verb slogare, which means to sprain. For example, mi sono slogata la caviglia. Mi sono slogata il polso. Mi sono slogata la spalla. On a softer note, you might have little tiny issues like cutting yourself or bruising yourself, and you might need to express that also in Italian. If you cut your finger, you can say mi sono tagliata un dito con la carta. If you had like those terrible little paper cuts. Be careful to match gender. In the sentence mi sono tagliata un dito con la carta, I said tagliata because I'm a girl. But if you are a boy, you will say mi sono tagliato un dito. To cut is translated with the verb tagliarsi. In this case, it's a reflexive verb. So it implies that you did something on yourself. In this case, you cut yourself with paper. If it's a very, 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 very small little cut, you will say ho un taglietto. If you're clumsy like I am, you might run into furniture a lot, and you end up with small little bruises. In this case, you can say that you have a bruise by saying ho una botta sulla gamba. Botta means bruise, and once again, you need to add the body part to say where you have it. Please remember that if you need to review the different body parts, you can look at my previous video on that topic. You will find a link in the box below. There is a free download available also with that lesson. It's like a little flashcard with all the vocabulary. It's fun and it's very useful if you're traveling around and you need to remember that specific vocabulary. So I suggest that you check it out. This is it for today. If you need to know something specific, just write it in the comments or reach out to me by email at giulia@italianlanguagehub.com and tell me if you would like for me to create a specific video for you. I'm always looking forward for new ideas. I hope you liked this video. Please share it with friends that are learning Italian, and I will see you next week. Ci vediamo la prossima settimana. Ciao a tutti!